Everybody, my name is Jon Dorcely. I'm the manager of outreach and engagement for United Way of Greater Toledo, and I'm back with another episode of the Uniters here at St. Paul's Community Center, and I have my special guest, so I'll let him introduce himself.
All right, my name is Joe Habib. I'm the director of St. Paul's Community Center. I've been in charge here for about 7 years, and I'm glad to tell you more about St. Paul's.
Awesome, thank you, Joe. I'm happy to be here. So let's get right into it. So just give me a brief overview of St. Paul's for those who aren't familiar.
Sure. Well, we have many partners in the community. One of them is United Way, and St. Paul's offers a lot of services for individuals experiencing homelessness, from shelter to outreach to representative payee to supportive services. We basically are in business, and we have been since 1978, in order to provide supportive services and housing services for homeless individuals.
Most recently, United Way gave a gift from our emergency response fund last winter for the winter crisis shelter. But instead of having you tell us about it, there's actually a video here that explains it pretty well. So here it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Winter in Toledo, when it's 20 degrees at night, it is cold. That's why here at St. Paul's we have the Winter Crisis Program. Anybody who is homeless can come in for a warm meal, for a cot, and more importantly, have a warm place to spend the night. A lot happens at Winter Crisis, and I want to show you. My name is Joe Habib. I'm the president and CEO of St. Paul's Community Center. Well, we are right here in the Winter Crisis Room. As you can see, we have a lot of clean linens, towels. These get cleaned every day. Well, on this side of the room, we are pretty much stocked up. This is why you see it's so valuable to us to have these personal hygiene items, because we provide 2,500 winter crisis nights during the season. So when people come in, they are in need. Now behind me is very loud. I call it the winter crisis music. This is where the real fun begins. This is where the staff comes in and start pushing the tables away so we can make room for the cots.
Everybody goes through downtime in their life. They're always not at the top of the mountain. It's nice to have folks like you to help us out. I appreciate it with all my heart.
As you have seen, Winter Crisis is an important program for the homeless. It keeps them secure, it keeps them safe, it keeps them warm. We need to keep our doors open. We need personal hygiene items. We need towels. We need paper products. We need food. More importantly, we need monetary donations so we can put the staff in place so they can help our clients move forward with their housing. Thank you for watching. My name is Joe Habib.
That was so interesting. Anything more you'd like to add about the Winter Crisis Shelter?
Well, yes. We filmed this a couple of years ago before COVID. Since COVID has hit, though, we had to change our operations a little bit. So we transferred Winter Crisis to a hotel setting versus the shelter setting. But the idea is the same. In winter, it's too cold. People are out in the cold. People come in here without sometimes shoes, without socks, without a coat on their back, hungry, maybe frostbite. Winter Crisis is here just to get people out of the cold in the winter time. Once they get in, at least there's a warm soup, there's a warm meal waiting for them, there's friendly staff, there's a cot, there's showers, there's personal hygiene items. We give them the personal hygiene items. They take a shower, they relax. At least they're not gonna freeze out to death at night. So that's what Winter Crisis is. And again, we operate a 35-bed facility, and throughout the year, we service about 200 individuals. 200 homeless individuals run through our shelter every year. And our main objective is to connect them with community resources and also to help them get housed. That means help them get connected with employment, with benefits, if they cannot work, with Social Security, with Medicaid, with mental health services, with substance use services, with physical, reconnect them with all the formal and informal support systems, all for them to be able to get on their feet. Once they are back on their feet, they're feeling a little bit better, then we can put them on the housing track, we help them get housed, and we provide the supportive services also to selected individuals based on their needs to provide support where they are living so they won't return to homelessness. There's a lot of people, sometimes you look at them and say, well, thank God that we were able to reach out to them. One person comes to mind. A couple of years ago, maybe longer than that, we had a young lady who was sleeping across the street from our shelter. And every time we see somebody around us in the church, on Adams Street, on Monroe Street, we go out and we talk to them. We try to establish a rapport. With this particular young lady, we did. It was November. We talked to her, and she was very willing to come to the shelter right off the bat because it was a cold November night. She had only one very light shirt on her back. So we got her in, we got to talk to her. We found out that she has mental health issues. She was not connected with anybody. Then we found out her story. Her story was that for the last 365 days before she came to us, she was actually going from house to house, from person to person, not knowing them, only to be safe and to be out of the cold and to eat something. So finally, when she came in, we were able to connect her back to Unison for mental health. She had a lot of physical problems. We were able to get her back to her doctor. Then she wasn't able to manage her money. So we got her a Social Security representative payee right here at St. Paul's. So we were able to help her manage the money. And also we got her IDs, her birth certificate, and she was able to get housed. And she went from really going from a place to place, from a man to a family, to living across the street on her own, to coming to the shelter, getting back on her feet, getting back connected with all the services that she needs. She got her income back. She qualified for Social Security. She got her income back. We got her to manage the money, and we got her housing. And she kept coming back for a good year after she got housed, just for the support. And as far as we know, she's still housed, and she's still out there doing very well.
All right, thank you for that, Joe. And I guess what I'm really picking up from here is how you and your staff are working to provide permanent solutions to temporary problems for many of those that come through the shelter, right?
Yes, indeed. By the time individuals come to our shelter, they've been traumatized already. They've been traumatized all their lives. And our job, if you think about it, is to provide them the temporary support to address basic needs. First of all, the food, rest, get them a bed, make sure they're warm. And once we get that under control, then we can meet with them one-on-one and start building their lives, block by block. And I mean, like, get an ID, get the birth certificate, get the Social Security benefit banks, get their Medicaid, connect them with those community resources so they get housed. Once they get housed, then St. Paul's is also open for them to come back for the support they need. Because both you and I both know that just because individuals got housed, it doesn't mean that they will make it. They're gonna need that support. And we're here. We welcome people back to come in, stay the day, talk to our staff, maybe come in, have a meal, volunteer in the kitchen, or volunteer, just clean around our surroundings. Something to do, come back to a familiar place. And that's what they do usually. They come back to a familiar place. Once they feel now they can make it on their own, then God bless them, they go on their own.
Nice. We're talking a lot about the shelter, and I know there's probably a lot of what you guys do, but are there any other services that people may not know about that they could receive from St. Paul's?
Absolutely. Here at St. Paul's, we address people's basic needs. If you're familiar with Maslow hierarchy of needs, we're talking hunger, we're talking rest, we're talking just basic needs. We have a lot of other services who are very important for the homeless. One of them is their ability to receive their U.S. mail right here at St. Paul's. Now, just because somebody's homeless, they may be going from a place to place for a long period of time. They may be in a shelter one day, then leaving the shelter, living with family for a couple of days, going back on the streets, going back to a shelter. In the meantime, what happens to their U.S. mail? At least here at St. Paul's, they can receive their mail. They have a steady address. And that's very important because you and I both know that once an individual wants to apply for benefits, they want an address. They want to apply for a job, they want an address. They want to apply for an ID, they need an address. And if you're in between places, not having that stable address is a huge barrier, a huge barrier. So one little service that really costs nothing, goes a long way with individuals experiencing homelessness. We have a program also for individuals, for us, to be the representative Social Security. We have a lot of individuals, 560 to be exact, who are out there, have mental health issues. They receive benefits, but they can't manage their funds. St. Paul's becomes their Social Security payee, and we manage the funds for them. So we have a variety of different things, Showers, here's another thing. I think we are the only shelter in town that you don't have to be a client, you don't have to be a resident, just somebody off the street who's homeless, don't want services. You can knock at our door and you can take a shower right here. You can come in, take a shower, eat, do your laundry, and leave. But the trick is, we want him to come in because we develop the rapport with them, we develop the trust, and this is step one towards getting the person off the streets into housing.
Just to get them comfy and then they'll feel more comfortable, get more help as they get
That's exactly, you got it, John.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. So I know you're sharing a lot today.
I'm sharing a lot, right? You got me excited. You got me talking.
So for anyone, I guess in need of help or wanting to give help, what would be the best way to get a hold of someone here at St. Paul's?
Absolutely, go to our website, St. Paul's Community Center.org. It's all one word, no apostrophes, no dots, no nothing. St. Paul's Community Center.org. Monetary donations go a long way because we can buy the food that we cannot pick up or doesn't get donated, such as meat maybe and so on. We can buy some things that our clients want, maybe some underclothes or some socks and so on. So monetary donations go a long way. And if you want to learn more about St. Paul's, please go to our website and look up on the horizontal menu, look up fundraising event. We have a fundraising event coming up on September 15th. It's gonna stream live on YouTube. We promise you a very entertaining evening. It's gonna be all about St. Paul's. The other way. It's gonna be all about St. Paul's. We're gonna have some entertainment from our St. Paul's community. Maybe a client will sing a song, somebody will play the guitar. It's gonna be a variety show, entertaining evening, plus a fundraising for St. Paul's. Please, we hope you can tune in.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Joe. I learned so much about. I feel like I knew a little bit, but I feel like always time I talk with you, I learn something new. So thank you so much, Joe.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time and I appreciate you all for tuning in and watching with us. And until next time.
Till next time. And if everything else fails, call me at extension 213.
You heard him.